Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Baldur's Gate 3. Last time, we met with, or were visited by, Kithrak Voss, who it turns out, is working against Vlaakith, and lae'zel is starting to, question her faith in the Lich Queen. Good for her. Now, we're not, no, yeah, we weren't able to get the parasite cured at the creche. That ended up not working out. So, next step is to go to Moonrise Towers and investigate there, because apparently that's the heart of the cult. That's where these altered illithid parasites are supposedly coming from. That's our best bet of finding a cure. However, before we do that, here in this region, Auntie Ethel said she knows something about that could possibly help us. Now, she is, as far as Amity can tell, just an ordinary alchemist, herbalist, healer type, you know? So chances are she doesn't actually have a cure for a modified illithid parasite. But there is a chance that she has some degree of knowledge that could possibly help us in the long run. It's a slim chance, but it's also a very quick trip to where she lives. So may as well, right?
I wouldn't have predicted the night you shared with our friend lae'zel. You didn't consider it beneath you?
They were beneath me at times, but also above me, and standing at certain points.
That's enough. I get the picture. Gods, do I get the picture.
Okay, wow. Just, yeah, just expose me in front of the whole party. Why don't you, lae'zel? Amity's not shy about that kind of thing. That said, now that she's realized she's kind of catching feelings for lae'zel, she's a little insecure, I guess, about that. Oh well, shouldn't be too much of a thing to worry about, she reasons, as she pushes those feelings aside, because lae'zel clearly doesn't reciprocate there. You know, she's just, for her, this is just a physical relationship, so, like, it's not gonna be an actual issue, right? Right? It's not gonna, it's gonna be fine, it's gonna be fine. Don't have to worry about it.
Look. Don't. I've been. Nothing to show for it but your own arse.
Right, Longstrider and
The pride of the gate.
Will's false life. And this... Ooh, I need to tidy this up. Let me tidy this up real quick. So I tidied this up a bit here. So I've given her, I basically sorted it as, you know, she's a trickery cleric, so here's her, all her kind of trickery spells is all, you know, the debuffs, the manipulations, that kind of thing. The stuff for, like, controlling combat and controlling the opponent. And we got it in order from lowest spell slot cost to highest, then with Channel Divinity at the end, and damage dealing spells, and then defensive and healing spells, and then support and sneaky spells.
All right, what now? Very well.
And now let's head down the road and find this Auntie Ethel.
Lads, for the love of all that is holy, I've never clapped eyes on your poor sister.
Drop the act, hag. You was the last to see me, Rena.
Just let her go. Please.
Thank goodness you're here, sweetie. I don't know what's come over these boys.
Auntie Ethel's face creases with false concern. You realize she's lying about seeing this girl, Mayrina.
Stop this! We won't ask again!
Oh, that's suspicious. Yes, Amity's insight skill coming in handy there. She's decently good at reading people. Kind of a necessary skill when you're a performer. Now, she, yeah. The guy called her, and, you know, it's probably a bit of a stretch to assume that, just because she's an old woman living alone out in the wilderness, she is some sort of, you know, villainous fey creature. However, she is clearly lying about the girl. I say clearly. Amity picked up on that she's lying about the girl. And, you know, she's always, you know, got that flair for the theatrical. She's, probably sung plenty of songs of hags and other fey creatures, and, you know, there's no evidence here that Ethel isn't a hag in disguise, as she would go with the more dramatic option. You're lying about the girl, but what's to say that this isn't a disguise?
Bollocks! Thanks for ruining my fun. Some advice? You ever darken my door, you'd best have that head bowed and an apology at the ready. Bye-bye now.
Bloody hells! She just disappeared! Ain't seen nothing like that before.
She could shoot fireworks out of her backside for all I care. The hag has Rena!
Please tell me what's going on.
It's our sister, Mayrina. Well, she was in a bad way after her husband died.
Started saying weird things, like how she was gonna bring him back.
Next thing, she's gone looking for the hag. Of all the stupid things to do. And we haven't seen her since. And no good ever came from dealing with a hag.
None of this matters, all right? We need to get her back, and fast!
I think Amity would volunteer to help here. If nothing else, she is intrigued by the possibility of an encounter with a fey creature as out of the stories. I'll bring Mayrina home.
Are you joking? I ain't got a clue who you are. No way I'm leaving Rena to you.
But, Joel...
Not a chance. We're getting her back on our own. Now, come on.
Both lae'zel and Shadowheart disapproved. Finally, they agree on something.
Enough waiting. I crave blood.
That it makes a huge difference.
Action, not reaction.
And Will approved of it, so that's good.
On my way. Bet that will fit in my pack.
Well, it looks like the whole, get Ethel to give us potential advice on the parasite thing probably doesn't work out here. It's probably not going to work out. But this is much more interesting. And if there's someone in trouble, Amity can't just walk away.
Chill runs up your spine. You feel like you're being watched.
Let's look for anything out of the ordinary. That is a DC. I'm not sure how much inspiration I have. But I don't think it's worth using a level 2 spell slot. Probably. 5 to 8, so if I get 15 on the dice, that's definitely definitely enough. And then let's go for it. Oh. Yeah, got it. Narrator was silent on that line. What, is a stinking insidious swamp not good enough for you, Millie? I don't know. No, honestly, no, Amelia Tyler is sufficiently cool that, a stinking insidious swamp probably isn't good enough for her, and that's entirely valid.
I spotted a trap. Move with purpose.
Oop. Quite a mess here.
A bloodbath. Someone, something, made quick work of the place.
We're definitely dealing with Fae here. Guide to the Sword Coast, Volume 4, The Risen Road. An old, cheaply bound book that's starting to fall to pieces. The stained, well-thumbed page is filled with traveling advice that seems to be decades out of date. Those who journey to the coast from the interior regions lying to the east will typically seek out the Risen Road. Running parallel to the River Chianthar, the Risen Road provides an overland route all the way from Elturel to Baldur's Gate, and has proven tempting to travelers seeking an alternative to the river barges that sail the Chianthar. A section of the road, approximately halfway between Elturel and Baldur's Gate, has, in recent years, developed an enclave for Selûne worship, with a temple of not insignificant splendor not lying near the road. Indeed, an entire village, Moonhaven, has developed alongside the temple, and can provide food and shelter to weary travelers. Farther east lies the citadel of Moonrise Towers, where a toll is required for the onward passage of goods and folk alike. Some are tempted to go off-road in order to avoid the toll, however, bandits and other dangers may cause them to pay a much steeper price. Alright, so that kind of confirms what we already knew, is that we knew this was the Temple of Selûne, and Moonhaven. So yeah, there used to be a strong Selûnite presence in this area. Oh, a lute. Now, Amity is more of a liar kind of gal. But she knows how to play. She knows how to play the lute. It's just not her instrument of choice. Oh, well spotted, Will. And again, the dialogue was silent. Oops.
May the darkness protect you.
I think Will was silent because I just had the menu open when he started talking, and that fucks with the dialogue. I wish it didn't. Gold. Fire, let's give that to lae'zel. And some food and red dye, which is uncommon. Let's combine this dye with an equipment item to alter the colors of fabric, leather, and even metal. One of the primary colors, and one you've seen a lot of, given your career choice. Yeah, that's, Amity, I wouldn't actually call adventuring really a career choice. You know, she grew up on the streets of Baldur's Gate, and you have to kind of learn to defend yourself and to, you know, get in and out of trouble. And then she's a bard. That's her career of choice. It's just that it's so much easier to tell stories when you've lived some. But yes, we can hop across here, and Amity's inquisitive nature. Ooh, that was an impressive leap. Ah, we have mud mephits. Immune to poison, and they explode on death. They're elementals, like AC 14. They've got low strength, low int, very low charisma, and then they've got +1 to dex and con saves, or saves, checks, and so forth.
On the move.
Now, lae'zel can't quite make it to melee range, but she can. Not bad.
No choice but to keep going.
6 hit points. Could finish it off with a vicious mockery, potentially.
Over here. Lovely of a lecherous lich.
Ah, nice. This creature here, it's a wood woad. Very high strength. Good wisdom, good dex. Very good con. Charisma is its weakness. Resistance to piercing and bludgeoning. Vulnerable, oh, that's because it's wet. Vulnerable to lightning and cold. Wet also applies resistance to fire. So, yeah, the woodwoad has a vulnerability to fire that, being wet, is neutralizing. Actually, would it be better to go for that guy, or can Will get close enough to start attacking? Okay, we're going for the woodwoad. So, let's Hex. Looking at the number of enemies here, we're probably going to be short resting after this, so we can use his spells. Hex. I guess strength. I still don't know, like, what these options are for. Like, when do enemies use strength, dex, like, because it's just disadvantage on checks. So not saves. So, like, I don't know, let me know in the comments if y'all have found a use for these different ones, because I'm quite interested to know. Ah, missed one of them, but got some decent damage on the other. Oh, and that regeneration. They, regain 10 hit points if it walks through a vine surface unless it recently took fire damage. A defense. Why is that one? Huh. Oh, this one's holding a shield. That's why it's got higher AC. Okay. Do we have... Sacred Flame is always just reliable. And then... +1 dex. That's... gonna give them a bit of a saving throw, but not a huge amount. Could command. They're not people, so can't hold person. I was looking to see if I have anything that is... Okay, so those are mostly wisdom saves. And these guys have +1 whiz. Yeah, let's just go with damage. And now we get a bunch of methods taking their turns. And they are summoning. Wonderful. Don't need to use the cutting words for an unarmed strike. They do so little damage anyway, and... Oh, I broke his hex concentration, though. That's not great. Oh, well. So, we want to stay clear of these guys because they explode on death. Ah, dang it. Path interrupt... Ooh. If I... Yes, I can get the fire to hit the group of them. And then can't quite reach the... Oh, that's... They're all outside of normal range. Do I have any other, like, fancy arrows? I do have, including another arrow of fire. Let's go with that. Ah, 17. That's... So that, yeah, 12 versus 17, that is 5, so that's more than a 50% chance if I use the cutting words. Oh, let's go with it.
You're done pretty and sent to win.
Don't think it actually did anything.
Still on my feet.
Alright, Amity, let's move back a little.
This'll be me.
And... let's go for the,
Pipe down.
vicious mockery on the ancient mud method.
You sit. You misshapen flesh lump.
And will... Aha, nice. That'll provoke an attack of opportunity. He can tank it. Because he's got his arcane synergy. Weapon attacks deal additional damage equal to affected entities' spellcasting ability modifier. Now, can I make a woodward bleed? Probably not, right? Undead and constructs. This is neither an undead nor a construct. Can make it leak sap, theoretically. Oh, immune to bleeding. Okay. I want to go for the ancient mud methods because taking them out will take out their summons. Ooh. Nice. Okay, now we can take out... Could try to take out the wood woad. You know what? Action surge. Jump down. And...
Nothing important is ever easy.
Pay attention.
We'd be able to insult this one to death.
Thou art saucy, cruel.
This is my time.
Now, hang on, his... okay, that's not great. The affected entity is covered in hardened mud, and its movement speed is halved. Attack rolls against it have advantage, while the entity's attack rolls and dex saving throws have disadvantages. But it does make him resistant to fire damage, which is a non-issue here. Ooh, if I... No, okay, so they... Yeah, Will could do some healing. Let's... Oh, that's very high. Oh, because it's an attack roll. This is a dex save, and he can't quite hit the, You know, let's try the vampiric. Oh! Yes! Now, so what gives him the arcane synergy? I don't remember what... Oh, when you inflict a condition. Okay. That was a lot of damage. Oh, not another one. Okay. Now.
This isn't good.
Okay. We could be eating, but
Time to get going.
short rest and
Pride of the gate.
we are mostly okay. Mud Buffet Wing. Oh, I can use that to make poison resistance elixir.
Action, not reaction.
Gonna have to be lae'zel loots this one.
No one stopped me yet.
Now, Wood Woad has wood bark to make elixir of bark skin. Weave moss can make elixir of arcane cultivation. And a twisting branch, which is a kind of crap club. Don't need that. Now this one, bark, balsam. Ooh, can make greater healing potions with that. And a shield. Let's give that to Will. I think that's better than it. Yes, his scrap wood shield. That's... It's the same AC, but this one has Woad's Ensnaring Strike. It has 1d4 bludgeoning damage. Your attack summons thorny vines that possibly ensnare your targets. Strength save, short rest. That could be quite useful. And with her arm, the Dryad linked a man who had once been her lover, and once of flesh and bone. Now his flesh was bark, and his bone heartwood. In his eyes a feverish love still blazed like 1,000 fireflies in a spring meadow. I'm not sure if that's romantic or horrifying. Maybe both. It can be both.
Have a look.
Hand. On a hit with an unarmed attack, the wearer gains 2 lightning charges. Effective transmitter. While imbued with lightning charges, attacks against metal constructs and foes wearing metal armor gain advantage. Sometimes I just want to feel that spark, Ira the Sparkstruck said. Feel the lightning course through me. Now, I'll that we don't really have any use for it.
Blades, always sharp.
Let's clear these vines. But yeah, those gauntlets, those will be really useful if I ever do a monk build, a Way of the Open Hand monk. I've not played monk in this game yet. I hear it's very powerful and a lot of fun.
Squirrels, I suppose.
Oh, no, not squirrel. Ooh, letter to Kaga. Kaga. Baldur has sent word of your progress. I am pleased that the Rite of Thorns has begun. Depart soon from Cloakwood to Baldur's Gate. Should you need further aid from my circle, now is the time to ask. Once cloistered, the Emerald Grove will be the Shadow Druid's domain, and you its first druid. In Faldorn's memory, Archdruid Eyeless. Shadow Druids? Paga was working with the Shadow Druids? Now, we've read about the Shadow Druids, they're bad news, and that rather explains a lot about Kaga's behavior, and her being the way that she is.
Anything of use?
Or perhaps her being the way that she is explains her working with the Shadow Druids.
Something over there.
Feeling there'd be something worth finding up here. Just a stockpile of food, supplies, and a bit of gold. That's quite useful. I think we shall continue on investigating this swamp, searching for this girl Mayorina, trying to find out what's going on with Auntie Ethel in the next episode. Thank you all so much for watching. Click the like button if you liked the video, or click the dislike button if you didn't. If you want to see more Baldur's Gate 3 or Elder Scrolls, go ahead and subscribe. The Elder Scrolls series should be, I mean, the Arena should be wrapping up soon. Shouldn't be too much longer before the final few episodes of Florence's story. So, yes, look forward to that. Y'all have a great day, and I will see you next time.